Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction for Kubera, at least chapters 43 and 44. So the way that we're going to be doing these in the future is that I'm going to be doing videos weekly, at least reactions weekly. So Monday is going to be Kubera Day. We got Kubera Mondays, and I'm planning to do at least 2 chapters a video, if not 3, it depends. Like after 2 chapters, am I like less than 30 minutes into the recording? If so, I can do a third one. That's kind of the way I am. Sorry if 2 or 3 is kind of a slower pace. I'm already a day behind this week for the first time since I've decided to go weekly with it. But I'd like to do more. Like if I had a computer that could handle it, I would love to just stream for hours a day, each day doing a series. But right now, that's kind of what's, my computer limitations limit my time, and the time constraint is basically just what prevents me from doing more. Same thing with reviews. I don't have a concrete plan for like scheduling out reviews or anything, but it's something that I personally want to do because, I don't know, I like doing reviews, and also I feel like going through and really like paying that close attention, taking notes, and doing a review really helps me to, remember the material on a deeper level. So it's something that I personally really want to do. I don't know if I'll be like, maybe one week I'll be like, okay, break from reactions this week, I'm doing a review this week, or if I'll just, this is more likely, the reactions will be every week, and when I finish a review, it'll just be up whenever it's up. That's probably a more likely scenario. So yeah, at least reactions every week, and that way you know that it's on Monday. That way, like, you will know when a video is. You're not just waiting who knows how many weeks it'll be till the next Kubera video. And if I do have to take a week off, or if I do have to push it back a day like what happened here, it gives me an opportunity to be like, hey, I know it's Monday, but I'm running a day behind, or we're gonna have to take off from Kubera this week, or something like that, just so that you all can better know, hey, this is when this video is coming. Also, for those wondering, I mentioned it last week, but Omniscient Reader will be Tuesdays. So yeah, today, since I'm a day behind, I'm trying to do both Kubera and Omniscient Reader today. So if this one's a little on the shorter end, it might be because I'm trying to do this and Omniscient Reader both in the same day. But yeah, either way, we're moving on to the arc titled Half, and I'm assuming that refers to somebody who would be half Sura, since we've heard people called halves or called quarters. Last time, I think the most interesting thing to me, like we got stuff with all the characters are very good. One of the interesting things to me, Lee's and Asha's group, they're leaving to go to the Temple of Chaos to get the sort of return. It was sort of something, I can't really remember at the moment. But yeah, they're going to get this sword, and it's something that Asha needs, and she's like, what if I could say, or what if I told you you could kill the Shura that did this to your village? And Asha's definitely manipulating Lee's. Lee thought she saw the person, I think Kaz is the name, from her village. But Asha's like, no, nobody survived, come on. Even though we know there were technically no deaths in the area or whatever. We still don't know the mechanics of how the vision she had of her mother and the other lady from the village. We don't know the mechanics behind how that works, but she did have that vision towards the beginning of the series. And it's one of those things where I don't necessarily think Asha's a bad person. I don't think what she's trying to do is bad, but it does very much seem like she's manipulating Lee's because she specifically needs Lee's, the person with a god's name, in order to do whatever it is that she is setting out to do. She needs Lee's in order to go through with whatever her plans, her ambitions are. But either way, let's just continue on with reading episode 43, half part 1. And we're seeing somebody walking along with birds, and these musical notes, and there's a boom, the birds fly away, and they look disconcerted. And we see a huge Shura rising up, and they smile, showing pointed teeth. Are they the half then, maybe? Chapter 43, half 1. Wow, it's so hot. It's getting hotter the further we get, and we're continuing with Lee's. Will it get any better when we arrive at this Mistyshore city? Well, because everyone has different standards, I can't give you a straight answer. But there are people that kill themselves because it's so hot in that city. What? That's all because they lack in mental strength. How pitiful. Come to think of it, you're amazing, Asha. You look fine even with that fur coat on. Ah, that's because Airi gave me temperature control underwear as my birthday present. Huh? Temperature control underwear? Is there such a thing? If you have any extra, can I? They'll rip if you wear them. And then, ouch! Ouch! Rough. Ugh, maybe I can't live on like this. Maybe I should go on a diet. A diet wouldn't help the part where you need to lose your fat. Asha, can't we just teleport? Let's just use today's teleports. It'll be a waste. When it comes to magic, you always have to keep spares. You never know what might happen. You say that, but you use other spells to take care of Shuras when they pop out instead of teleporting. We need to especially save the more important spells. Ugh. Don't fall behind, and make sure to stay right behind me. What are you gonna do if a Shura pops out right now? Yeah, coming. It's been a week since Asha and I left Atera. Our original plan was to go through Rindhollow to get to Kalabloom, but according to Asha, the number of Shuras gathering around Rindhollow has increased, so it became too dangerous to go through there. So we changed our plan to go through Mistyshore instead. And again, I'm not sure. I don't remember what people said about the size of this planet compared to, like, Earth, but I thought people said it was roughly around the same size. If so, this is an insane journey. But it might be smaller, so maybe it's not as insane a journey. I don't know both of those cities anyway, so it doesn't matter which city we go through. But the way passing through Mistyshore is way too hot. I was wondering how we would travel such a long distance, but as expected, we teleported. We teleported 3 times in the beginning, and then walked until we reached town. We just pass by small villages and stay in bigger towns. Asha insists that a small village's defense system won't be good enough to sleep safely. After walking all day, I felt like I could stuff anything down my throat, and we're saying average in. Using chopsticks with both hands at once, one of Lisa's many tedious special abilities. And when I lay down, I sleep like a baby without even dreaming. I found out a few things about Asha after watching her for the last couple of days. First, Asha's bag is her fur cloak. She took out a sleeping bag that's even bigger than her from her cloak. It's very mystical. And even though we're both girls, she locks the bathroom door and she always books 2 rooms and we sleep separately. Whenever I ask her why, she never gives me an answer. And lastly, from what I've learned about teleportation, Asha always uses it from a high place. Asha said that you can only teleport within your range of vision, and that's why she goes up as high as she can to see as far as she can. And to extend her range of vision even more, she uses an item that Lorraine gave her as a birthday present. And then the name of the item is Hunter's Eyes times 50. When I was in Atera, I saw an advertisement of the times 20. This one's times 50, so it must be more expensive since it's better, I guess. Giving each other these kinds of presents. Magicians must be rich. Asha must be very rich even amongst them. But who cares if Asha's rich or not? I'm dying here from the heat. If she knew about temperature control underwear, she could have bought me one as well. Huh? And she smells something. What is this smell? It smells like blood, maybe a bit different. I told you not to fall behind. What are you doing? Sorry. Well, it isn't unusual to smell blood in an area with Shuras. Asha, hold up. You can't just go off without me after saying that. And we're seeing, it looks like blood stains on the backside of the trees where she couldn't see. And we get hit with a to be continued. Just a journey chapter, really normal. I like it though. I like these kinds of chapters. I like these kinds of stories where we take our time and just follow the characters. And it's interesting to see like what Lisa's thinking, how she thinks about things, what she's learned about Asha. I think all of that's just really, really good. But it was simple enough that we got done reading in less than 10 minutes. Depending on how long the next one is, we might be able to do 3 chapters this time. So yeah, either way, really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good, and I'm going to go ahead and read chapter 44. I've mentioned before, at least in other videos for other stuff, that even though I do like to take my time when reading and like discuss the chapter as we go through it, I have to hold myself back when it's not like the last chapter of a video or whatever, so that I don't talk like 10-15 minutes. Especially sometimes I get distracted and kind of go in circles, so that I don't like read one chapter and then have like a 10-15 minute discussion when it's like, okay, I still have 2 more to read. We can talk at the end if there's anything like that isn't important enough to just throw at the end of that chapter specifically. But yeah, either way, let's continue on. We're still seeing the trees here, and we see the person from the beginning of last chapter as well. I think they're probably the one. They killed the Sura at the beginning, and that's probably what the blood was from. I mean, just given that we're seeing them in the same sort of chapters, I figure that they're the ones that are going to be meeting with Lise and Asha. Like, it just seems like this has got to be connected. And also, I think from them revealing their pointy teeth, and if they took out Ashura, I think that they might be the half that the title refers to. But then again, there have been like multiple of the past titles don't necessarily refer to one specific thing, but multiple things that are going on. So there is that too. But they notice the birds sitting in the tree, reach out their hand, but the birds fly away. And then they look despondent. Alright, chapter 44, half 2. And then we're seeing a town that looks like, okay, come get them while they're still hot. Freshly fried curry fish fillets. How much are they? Curry fish fillets, it's 10 rarv apiece. I'll take 10 of them. Okay, that'll be 1 silver. I'll throw in 1 more on the house. Wow, that looks so good, Asha. Let's eat that. Finding a place to stay comes first. Why, we ate at the other towns we visited. This place is different. Look around you. Around me? What? And then, oh, there are more people here than the other towns. But this isn't even a city, so why are there so many people? Is this town covered in honey? Of course, Lee's brain. Now that you know there are a lot of people, don't get distracted and stay right behind me. We'll have to sleep on the street if we can't find a place to stay. Or does this mean, I would think, like, of course, Lee's brain, is this town covered in honey? I would think that it means that people are strong enough to deal, because I feel like if you're in the cities, you have the barrier to protect you from Shura's coming in. So I would say that all of the villages probably stay small, because if there's too many people, or if they're not strong enough to defend themselves, or if they're in bad areas, they would just get overrun or killed by Shura. So I feel like to have this many people in one place without a barrier probably means that they're either in a place where there aren't many Shura, or they're in a place where they're strong enough, or someone there is strong enough, at least one person is strong enough, to keep the Shura away despite the large gathering of people. Would be my assumption. Let's eat crayfish fillets after we find a place to stay. I'll go buy it if you give me money. Whatever. Mic test 1 2 3 1 2 3. The half auction will now begin. Whoever's going to Mistyshore, buy this half and resell it there. Okay. So we're getting into Shura slavery then. This half is from the Garuda tribe. The eyes alone are worth 200 gold. We'll start the bidding at 200 gold. 220, we have 230. Come on, don't be hesitant and bid on it. You'll get at least 400 to 500 gold at Mistyshore. So, that's a half. She's not as different as I expected, except for a couple things. She's not so different from a human. But they aren't treating her like a human at all. How sad. Can they really do that? And Asha grabs her shoulder. I told you not to get distracted. And of course, probably more of Asha. Just the same reason that Asha lied about there not being deaths, like, sensed at the village or whatever. Or the reason that she was like, no, Kaz isn't here, don't get distracted by that. Is because, like, if Lise runs off chasing, like, ghosts of her past, so to speak, then that kind of takes away from, like, it kind of takes away from whatever Asha needs her to do. The same reason why I'm like, Asha clearly needs her for something, because why else would she have been looking for her and found her when the village was being attacked? Huh? It's a half auction. You're gonna get sick of seeing so many of them in Mistyshore, so there's no need to keep staring. Huh? This is common. I didn't see any in Atera. That's because most of the magicians in Atera support the rights of halves, and most of the magicians in Mistyshore hate halves. Selling halves is legal, so don't even think about interfering with their business, even if you feel sorry for them. Okay. My mom told me she even had a half friend when she was a fighter, or even had half friends when she was a fighter. I guess things are a lot different now. They were once our friends, but now we're auctioning them off? How in the world did things become like this? Anyway, if it's legal, even if I feel sorry for them, I can't do anything about it. Yeah, if I could go, or if I could, I would go to Mistyshore and sell it myself. I'm losing money by selling this. I heard 330. Any others? Do I hear 340? This kind of opportunity doesn't come often. Misty Shore's right down the block. And we have a thud. Okay, and this is... So, I thought it was a sword before maybe, but is it a walking stick? Are they maybe blind? Well, no, because they saw the birds before. Unless it's like supernatural sense or whatever. But we see the person from before. Are you placing a bid? Hey, please say something. Jeez, if you're not buying, get lost. A kid wouldn't be brave enough to do something like this. You must be a quarter. If you're gonna babble about half rights, I'm gonna call the guards. And then they squeeze down on the weapon. Weapon or staff, either way. And then we see accompanied teleportation, lower rates, hotel wait, remodeling complete. I'm very sorry. We usually have rooms at various rates, but all the cheaper rooms are occupied today, so we only have the most expensive room. That's fine. Looking at the room, it isn't overpriced. You gave me 4 gold coins, so here's your change. Oh, keep the change. What? They left their bags in the room. Don't tell me that you've been letting them keep the change this whole time. Why didn't I notice this sooner? Why, just leave it. It's heavy. What do you mean heavy? You even carry around a sleeping bag inside your cloak. Can't you just put the change in it as well? Putting it in the cloak doesn't affect the weight. So my cloak is useful for storing large and light items like sleeping bags. But it isn't useful for storing small and heavy objects. That's why I only carry gold in small amounts. But still, 8 silver's a lot of money. I know you're rich, but this is too... You keep it then. Yay! Anyway, why are there so many people here in this town? That's because there have been even more Suras lately. So, people who don't trust the defense of smaller towns are coming here. Okay. So it isn't like what I said. I mean, I think what I said isn't necessarily like bad logic, but that's not why there's a lot of people gathering here. It's because Suras have been on the rise, so people are afraid of staying in the smaller villages and coming together. We already passed through some big towns, but none of them had as many people as this one. That's because this is the last checkpoint before Mistyshore. You may already know, but Mistyshore is only a short distance after the channel. But the channel's pretty wide, so you can't see the other side from here, which makes it hard to cross by teleportation. Unless you have extremely good eyesight, you have to take a boat to cross. But for some reason, the Gantarva tribe has become really violent lately. Even the ones that normally stay down in the deep are coming up to attack boats. Because of this, boats aren't taking off, and the only way to cross is to hire a magician with good eyesight. So everyone's trying to look for those magicians in this town. If you're planning to go to Mistyshore, I could introduce you to a magician with good eyesight for a small fee. A half is on the run, catch it! And we have a bunch of noise outside. It's so noisy outside. Looks like a half ran away, but I'm sure it'll get caught soon. It's safe inside the building, everyone. You might get hurt if you go outside. You heard that, right, Lise? It's going to be bothersome if we go outside, and of course Lisa's gonna already be gone. So forget about the curry fish fillet and let's eat something inside. Just already vanished. Asha looking pissed. To be continued. That's fun. But I'm gonna read a third one. Yeah, I'm totally gonna read a third one. So let's go ahead and read half part 3, episode 45. I guess it is kind of interesting how different parts of the world interact with part Sura people differently. It seems like quarters are treated fairly normal pretty much everywhere we've seen. Like, they were like there was some discrimination here where the guy who was like selling the half was like, "Oh, you must be a quarter to be doing this." It seems like there's some like discrimination. It seems like they're talked down to, but it's different from halves. And it's interesting to think about too cuz like if you think about living in this world, Shuras are like these sort of monster creatures to them. So then you have a half, which is like half human, half monster creature. So it's like, you know, like how are they treated? Are there people who are like human enough and like that's why they like would treat them equal? Are there people like if Shuras are like especially lesser Shuras are basically like the real world equivalent of animals? Are they like they're half human, half animal, so they're less than human, and they treat them like slaves like they do here? Or are there even people? See, I would think because some Shuras get to be like big and powerful and like have all these crazy powers and stuff, and even are on like to me the strongest Shuras are kind of like god status, right? Unless I'm like misinterpreting, I would think people like Kantarva are like basically god status to me. But so it's like, are there people also who would like worship them or put them on a pedestal as like half divine? Because you'd think a half would have abilities that surpass humanity. We've even seen that with people being like, wow, Lisa's really fast. Is she a quarter? Stuff like that. Of course, me and my freaking waifu addled brain, I'm like, ooh, yes, I would very much love freaking half. That's so much better than like it's like I would love and respect halves. They're so much cooler than humans. Maybe that's just me. I'm like, yo, you're like you have like freaking feathers and wings and stuff and like powers. You're so much cooler than a regular human. Maybe that's just my mindset, and especially like I said, my waifu addled brain, where I'm like, oh, you look cooler than an actual human. You look awesome. I don't know. I guess I would like them more than normal humans. Um, but yeah, either way, it's interesting to see how we've seen people that like in a Terra where they don't really care particularly. They're just like we have characters that they pretty much don't even mention our quarters, or they just offhandedly mention it and it's treated as normal. Here we have just like straight up the kind of almost the opposite end of the spectrum. I guess genocide would be the opposite end of the spectrum, but slavery is like right up there. So we kind of have like the like worst side of things. So it's interesting to see that not all of the world treats these issues the same depending on where you are. The culture is different. So either way, let's continue with 45. What the hell? He just ate a Garuda. Is he mad? They say that an apple doesn't fall far from a tree. Does he really think anything that moves is food? So is this... I heard that he eats humans too. Gosh, humans, why would he? They're not even big enough for a bite. So Shuri, he won't do. He has no chances of success. So the person that came up, okay, this has to be a flashback. Okay, I was thinking at the time that this wasn't a flashback, and they said he just ate a Garuda. I was like, did this person just come up and eat the one they were selling? But no, I don't. I think this is a flashback. Training him won't change the nature of his tribe. When he gets bigger, he's gonna try to eat us Yaksha tribe as well. We should just kill him while he's still weak. It's interesting too, I don't remember if we've been told the exact number of tribes yet, but from the different tribes we've seen, they have different animal qualities, like the Ananta are snakes, the Ashura are bugs, the Gandharva are fish, the Garuda are birds. So I don't think we know what Yaksha are yet. And like so far, the like purple-haired person, like we don't have their name yet. I think half is referring to them. We don't see any animal qualities, at least to me yet. So I can't tell yet what that tribe might be. And I'm also assuming from the context of that sentence that means that they're from the Yaksha tribe. And they're like, hey, when this one grows up, they're going to try to eat us as well, so we should kick him out of the tribe before they get there, or kill him while he's still weak. But I mean, wouldn't you want to like raise the strongest person possible in your tribe if there are issues with other tribes? But, you know, either way. Okay, I also feel that this kid has a very dangerous eating habit. Or maybe it's because of half. Maybe it's one of those things where you're not accepted by humanity or Shura kind by being half. Just like you said, killing him right now could be for the best. But it isn't his fault that he inherited his eating habits. And it looks like they have fox ears, maybe? Or wolf ears or something. So they might be. Again, is it just mammals in general? Or is it specifically like canines or something? I think that we should give him some more time. And we have half part 3. 3 silvers worth. I'm not sure how much I have left. Whatever. I'll just give you all of them. There should be around 40. Wow, so many for free? Thank you. I hope you sell a lot. Goodbye, courteous lady. What good timing. Luck is on my side today. I'm going to buy some more with the rest of the money before we leave tomorrow. They said the half went that way. Huh? I should have never left her with you. How could you let her get away? We put in so much effort in capturing her alive. She won't get far because she has the necklace on. We also have the bone of the Yaksha King. Okay, bone of the Yaksha King is interesting, but that's right. We did have mention of the necklaces or something before with that one scene with Gandharva and Marana, right? If I'm remembering correctly. Once we find the half, I'll put the bone close to her, then you use Hoti Marut. There's no chance of her getting away if we use that magic, right? Hey, if we use the bone in Hoti Marut, we'll end up killing her. We won't get as much for her. But then it's better than completely losing her. There was someone suspicious that helped the half get away. If we hesitate trying to catch her alive, we might not even get the eyes. Okay, since we can sell the eyes before they rot, even if we kill it, let's go. I'll show you what I'm made of. And we have Lee's thinking about it. Oh yeah, sold out again today. The guy wiping his counter. Excuse me. Sorry, all sold out. Come again tomorrow. No, I'm not here for the fish fillets. I'm looking for someone. Have you seen a girl with green curly pigtails, yellow clothes, and an unusual body figure? Didn't she come to buy fish fillets? She was just here. I think she went after the half hunters. And then more of Asha just being done with this. And then we have Huffing. Excuse me, can we rest for a bit? I get out of breath even from running a little because of this necklace. And then they just rip it off. Huh? How did you do that? It wouldn't come off no matter how hard I tried. And of course, look, I'm just saying. All I'm saying is I would be more attracted to a lady who looked like this than a boring normal human. That's all I'm saying. Excuse me, by any chance are you a half? You're a half, right? There has to be something in your cloak. If you aren't busy, would you come to my village with me? I'm so grateful. I'd like to treat you to a meal at least. And then Hoti Marut. And they get taken out and we see the person's eyes. Their eyes look really cool. And then, well, it's okay for you to eat shuras. Explaining the relation of alliances won't be of much use to you. So let's put it this way. You should only eat the ones that attack you. And don't eat humans. Humans aren't food. What if a human attacks me? Do you feel like a human's attack is harmful? No? Then you can just ignore them. This is so hard. It's not hard. Make a promise with Mommy. Promise that you'll never eat a human, no matter who they might be. And then they're just, again, despondent. Nice shot. You got it in one try. I know, I'm good. Hey, you with the black hair. Thanks to you, the price on that half went down. You're gonna have to pay our losses or we're gonna report you. And then their fangs start coming in. I won't eat them, because I made a promise with you, Mom. No matter how bad they may be, I won't eat them. I won't eat any of those 3. I'm just gonna chew them thoroughly and spit them out. So again, I think it's a canine, like the Yaksha or whatever. And slop it. Is that gonna be, since it's slop it, is that gonna be Lee's with food in her mouth? In the Zuhar, even if she's a half, she's still humming. Why would you kill her? And it is. Who is she? No idea. I don't even understand what she's saying. What the hell's wrong today? Just scare that girl away. Okay. Hey, Missy, I'm pretty scary when I get mad, got it? She's still just chewing. She can't even reply because she's so scared. And then the panel starts shaking. And they look shocked. And then a thud. The person is just down. What the? How can a girl be so strong? You must have used magic. Don't you know it isn't allowed to use magic on a human? Magic? Hey, mister. I'd like to use magic, but all I have is strength. So how would you like to get a smack on your face? To be continued. Lise is being cool. I love it. This was a really good set of 3 chapters. I love every... It makes me so excited knowing that we're like less than 10% of the way through the series. Just because I love this world building. I love the slow burn. I just like... I'm the type of person, I'm not in a rush. I'm not like, okay, when's the next thing happening? When's the next thing happening? If we get a chapter where it's just like the first chapter of this read-through, where it's just them traveling, learning more about themselves and each other, I am down for that. If it's just learning a little bit more about the world, I am down for that. I love that. Just a slow feeding of information. I'm a huge fan. Just in general, I love the way Kubera is written. I've really been loving Kubera. So yeah, like I said, I guess I'll end it here. It'll be exciting to see what happens next time. Kubera's fighting these people. They'll probably run away, I think. The bone of the Yaksha King is an interesting thing to have. Does that mean Yaksha King's dead? What is the circumstance behind that? Is the Yaksha King the purple hair? They called him black hair. The black-haired person's mother, even, perhaps? Are they mammals in general or specifically canines? I feel like they're going to be specifically canines, so that we can have more tribes and there'll be like feline related ones, or like pack animal, like bull or elephant. I don't know. Like there'll be more of a division, even though things like insects are all just lumped together, but because that's how things always are. Yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I really had tons of fun with it. And I can't wait to learn more about this series. And it's like so tempting. It is so tempting. Like right now, I just want to go to the wiki, and I just like, this is the way I am with so many series. I'm like, I just want to go to the wiki. I just want to look at information and see how like it's all structured and everything, but I don't want to be spoiled. I want to get this slow feeding of information, but I also love like world building and data and statistics and stuff like that. I don't know. I love just the technical things like that. But yeah, either way, going to end this here. Like I said, review or reactions will be every Monday, and I really want to do reviews, but I don't have a specific schedule for them. We'll see what happens in the future. I kind of just got to get into things, you know what I mean? But yeah. Either way, thank you so much for watching. Like if you did like the video. Comment down there to tell me what you thought of these chapters, my first thoughts and reaction to them. Subscribe for much more Kubera, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, ask and I'll give you a link to that. You could find me on Mistyshore as well. I guess, again, I've been on it like once, so I don't know if I should be shouting it out quite yet or anything. And if you want to help support the channel, you can leave a super thanks down below. It would really be appreciated and help me continue making videos. But you could also just become a patron or channel member, help support the channel, help me keep making videos, and get One Piece early and get like your name at the end of the videos. So if you want to, just hit join down below to become a member, or go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you to those who already are. Thank you to Chosen Regular Evan Hawley, Magical Girls FR Nono, Huarian, and Smeller Dog, Cheriton Student David Langstaff, and Slayer Candidate SG. Huge thank you to all of them for their support. Huge thank you to all of you for watching. Thank you to all of you for all of your comments. They're always really wonderful and amazing. I've learned to really love Kubera and really sort of growing to love like Kubera, the sort of fan base as well. It's just been really fun getting into this. Everybody's been wonderful. So thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time.